Everyone, I'm Rekha Murthy, Assistant Professor from Department of Electrical and Electronics Engineering from Savidya Institute of Technology. Today I'm here to discuss about the problem on torque equation of a three-phase induction motor, and the problem statement is a 746 kilowatt three-phase 50 Hz 16 pole has a rotor impedance of 0.02 plus J 0.15 ohm at standstill. Full load torque is obtained at 360 rpm. Calculate the speed at which the maximum torque occurs. That is a sub-question 1. Sub-question 2, the ratio of maximum to full load torque. Sub-question 3, external resistance per phase to be inserted in the rotor circuit to get a maximum torque at starting. So here let us write down the given data. So the power given is 746 kilowatt and the frequency is 50 Hz with a pole of 16. Okay, and also they have given the impedance value. So the impedance is consisting of the R2 plus J into X2. So what is R2 value? 0.02 ohm and X2 is 0.15 at standstill condition. So the full load torque is obtained at the full load speed NFL as 360 rpm. Okay, so here we have to determine the value. Sub question 1, that is the speed at which the maximum torque occurs. So n value at which the maximum torque occurs. Okay, that is nothing but the nm value. So we know that what is n? N we know that in general, how do you determine the motor speed? That is n is equal to ns into 1 minus s. So I will write here as nm. So in this case also the slip value I have to consider as sm. So I have to find out what is sm is equal to r2 by x2. Okay, determine this value, we'll get the answer as 0.133. 0.133. Okay, then what is ns? Ns is equal to 120 f by p. So solve that. Since it is a ns, you can solve. Ns is equal to 120 f by p. So when you solve this, we get the answer as ns is equal to 120 f by p. When you solve this, we get answer as 375 rpm. 375 rpm. So after substituting here nm value, we get it as 325 rpm. So this will be the speed at which the maximum torque occurs. What is the sub question 2? So sub question 2 is the ratio of maximum torque to full load torque. Okay, so we have to determine the ratio of the maximum torque to full load torque. So let me take up that ratio of the maximum torque to full load torque. Okay, see here we know the formula, that is Tm divided by Tfl, but the torque ratios formula, we know that Tm divided by Tfl is given by Sf square, Sm square, Sf square plus Sm square, Sf square plus Sm square divided by 2 times of Sf into Sm. Okay, we have worked out that what is TFL divided by Tm. TFL by Tm is given by 2 times of Sf into Sm divided by Sf square plus Sm square. But they have asked to determine the Tm by Tfl. We know that TFL divided by Tm we have derived. We got 2 Sf Sm divided by Sf square plus Sm square. But I want it as Tm by Tfl. Okay. So in that we need to find out the slip value. Okay. So how to determine the in this case they have given that SFL value we can determine. Okay. So how to determine the SFL value? SF value we can determine if you know the slip formula, that is ns minus n divided by ns. Okay, in this case ns we have found, N value, you have to consider it as NFL value. Okay, what is that NF value? NFL value is 360 RPM. So that value we have to substitute. So when you substitute SFL value, we get it as 0.04. So after substituting here in the torque ratio Tm by TFL, we get the value as 1.816. So that will be the answer. So just check this after substituting. So that is about the sub-question 2. Then about sub-question 3. So in the sub-question 3, they have asked to determine the external resistance per phase to be inserted in the rotor resistance. That means you have to determine the Rx value only. Rx, what is Rx value? We know that R2 dash is equal to R2 plus Rx. Therefore, what is Rx? R2 dash minus R2. Okay. So here in this case they have given a condition that to get the maximum torque at a starting. So maximum torque at starting. Okay, so that means Sm value will be equal to 1, which is we know that equal to R2 by X2. Okay, so therefore what is the R2 dash, that I can consider it as this as R2 dash. Okay, a new value. So what will be the R2 dash when you cross multiply? So we get the X2 value itself, that is 0.15 in the problem. Okay, so R2 dash value will become 0.15. Okay, so from this when you solve R2 dash, we get the value as 0.15 ohm. So once you get the R2 dash value, so you can determine the Rx. So what is the Rx? Rx is equal to R2 dash minus R2. So here when you take a R2 dash is 0.15, difference with the 0.02. So we get the value of Rx is equal to 0.13 ohm. Okay, so this will be the final answer. Thank you for watching this video.